Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Tamara Harville, and I'm going to share a little secret with you to help you learn how to learn. It's all about our learning styles. So let's get started. Okay, so there are several different learning styles. I wish I had known this when I started college, but the four main categories are your visual. This is like images, graphs, charts, pictures, PowerPoints, the things that you can see and learn. There's auditory, which is also called oral, AURAL, oral, and it's hearing things and learning it. Reading and writing, which is basically getting involved with what it is, taking notes, reading it using both your eyes and your hands together. And then the kinesthetic, which is doing something. And all of these can be either separate ways of learning or combined ways of learning. How you learn best, though, is up to you. Everybody's different. When I first started college, I was taking all the notes and was overdoing it. Then I just went to some lectures and just listened. But I did not retain that information. I had to learn how I learned best and how I could use those skills. So these are the skills and how they can overlap. There's actually four of them, but you've got the three main ones here that they overlap. And you could have a little bit of all of them or just some of them. If you take a little quiz or a questionnaire, it will tell you what your learning style is. And that is through this website called VARK, which stands for visual, oral or auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic. So you can copy that link or just Google the word VARK, answer the questions, and you don't have to just answer one. If it says, in this situation, what would you do? And there's three of those that would apply to you, be honest and put those on. And then at the end of that questionnaire, you can find out how you learn best, which of these you are, or if you're multimodal. For example, I am both visual and kinesthetic at learning. So if I see it, I got it. If I do it, I've really got it. So if you're giving me directions on how to get to somebody's house, hearing it's not going to get me there. As I'm hearing it, I'm physically visualizing the spatial places so that I can find that location. So that's how I learn. If you are multimodal, find out how each one of those will work with you and how you can apply it not only to your studies, but to your life, to your career. So, visual strategies. If you are a visual learner, using different fonts and formats will help. Colors are huge, unless you're colorblind. If you are, that wouldn't work for you. Then you would underline and circle. Your preferences are using drawings, maps, designs, things that you can actually see. So if I'm reading, for example, a scientific journal and there's a whole bunch of stuff about this study, the numbers are going to go crazy on me. But if I see a graph that charts these numbers, I can read the chart and I can understand it better because I'm seeing it, right? Colorful PowerPoints. If I'm in a lecture where the teacher's talking and most of that information's on the PowerPoint, if I stop and look at the teacher, I'm not going to memorize it. But if I read the chart and look at those words, I'll learn more. Highlighting things, highlighting different colors helps. Organizational charts, just something that you can see will help you retain that information better. So in education, you're going to want to use highlighters or colored pens, symbols, drawings, things like that to get your attention. Now the auditory or oral, that's hearing it. For those who can hear it and get it, I envy you. I can't. But listening to explanations of something, debates, deep discussion, getting involved with that, the differences in voices, those help you retain information. You can join discussion groups or you can read aloud information so that you're hearing it. So if this is your auditory learning style, is your best but not visual or reading, writing, If you're reading and writing silently, you're not going to retain it. But if you read it out loud so that you can hear it, then you're going to retain it. So that's one key to help you learn. Using voice recorders, or if you have an audio textbook that you can listen to instead of reading, that would help you out. In education, read your notes out loud. Discuss those notes with others. If you're using flashcards that you made, for example, if you're trying to memorize like medical terminology, say it out loud so that you're actually hearing it and you'll retain more. The reading and writing strategies, listing things, writing it, categorizing it, using headers and titles to organize stuff, those will help you retain information. When you're taking notes, organize it. Instead of just having a bunch of words, organize it using bullet points. You can read handouts and then take notes in the side. Annotating really helps. Repetition with reading and writing really helps. Seeing the words, writing them down, that kind of thing will help. If somebody's lecturing, jot down those notes. Take the key points of what they're saying, excuse me, and write them down to help. Excuse me. All right, kinesthetic strategies. Physically doing it. When I first got a truck, my brother told me how to change my oil. Huh? He got underneath and showed me how, so I saw it. Next time, I did it myself. I know it. I know the steps because I physically did it. I saw it and I did it. So watching YouTube videos helped me, and then doing it really helps me. So, what can you do with those? Well, you can problem solve, you can do teamwork, physically get involved. So whenever you are reading something, use hand-on approach. Read case studies about it, watch videos about it, mix it up. Trial and error and labs really help. In education, you can reorganize your notes. You can use examples, connect to real experiences, try to make a connection with it so that you are physically involved with that reading. Try to recall experiments that you might know or other information that you might remember so that you are physically involved with it. I'm so sorry with my cough. Anyway, take the VARK. If you go to our website, owl.tulsacc.edu, there's a link there for it. Or just Google VARK, find out how you learn and use those skills. I really hope this helped.